This is my screencast assignment. Hello, my name is Lauren Sambit and I'm a sophomore at Alma College. Throughout this presentation, I'm going to be talking about what I've learned in my introduction to special education. Criteria and reference tests are designed to measure a student's performance against a fixed set of predetermined learning standards. Examples of these are concise written descriptions of what students are expected to know and be able to do at a specific stage of their education. Formative assessment refers to a wide variety of methods that teachers use to conduct in-process evaluations of student comprehension, learning needs, and academic progress while learning a lesson, unit, or course. Examples are exit tickets that quickly collect student responses to a teacher's questions at the end of a lesson or class period. Summative assessments are used to evaluate student learning, skill acquisition, and academic achievement at the conclusion of a defined instructional period, such as a unit, project, or semester. An example is a chapter test, finals, or standardized testing. Triangulation is a process by which a teacher collects evidence about student learning. This evidence is collected from 3 different sources, which are conversations, observations, and products. An example of observations is that observations can be taken place during class time, group work, or individual work. Now I'm going to be talking about the Brigance Reading Comprehension Test. What exactly is a reading comprehension test? Well, the Brigance Reading Comprehension Test is a screening tool widely used by schools. The Brigance test covers a variety of school-based curriculum topics through a series of assessments. The test will have students read a story and then ask questions about the story. These questions will indicate their reading level. If a child gets a 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5, they will pass, but anything lower than that will be their reading level. To the right, you can see my Brigance Reading Comprehension Test evaluation of the student I used and the different numbers they got and the different forms. This is a clear graph of what I got. So on the left, to the far left, you can see what test it is, as in S141, S142, and so on. Their grade level, so kindergarten through 7th, their level, which can be primer, level, lower, or upper, the form, and then the correct questions they got on the test and incorrect questions they got on the test, which is out of 5. The usefulness of this test can be very useful to planning instruction. When a teacher is planning to have a book read, it is very important to know who is at the current reading level, above the reading level, and below the reading level. It is not efficient or productive to have a student with a 1st grade reading level to be reading a 5th grade reading level book. It is important for the teacher to know this to strategically plan for each student individually. Now I will be going over a sample lesson of individualized instruction reading the book Bath Time. This book is about a young girl having fun during bath time. It is a descriptive fiction book and is a leveled book at level E, which is grade 1. Bath Time has a Letzile level of 300L. I got this book from reading A to Z. So before the reading, you can build background, introduce the book, and have a reading strategy. So put a picture of a bath time with water and bubbles and ask the students what this is and what the purpose of a bath is to build background. You can also discuss with the student or students different ways kids can have fun while taking a bath. To introduce the book, give the students a copy of the book and have them explore the front and back covers and read titles. Discuss with the students the name of the title and who the author is. Ask the students what they believe the book is about based on the cover of the book. For reading strategy, explain to students that engaged readers make connections between what they already know and new information they may read. For guiding the reading, you can have cause and effect, vocabulary, and setting the purpose. For cause and effect, explain to the students that authors often write about a cause and effect so readers can better understand what happens in the story. Explain to the students that a cause is what makes something happen and an effect is what happens. For vocabulary, have the students look at the word box page and go over what these words mean with the students. If the students know what these words mean, they will be able to understand the story better. To set the purpose, write a focus question on the board and invite students to read and find evidence to answer the focus question. Have students put question marks by words they may not know or be confused by. During the reading, you can use individualized instruction with text-dependent questions. While reading, sit one-on-one with a student and ask the student questions from the book. Have the student answer the questions with pointing out evidence from the book. Questions from the book that can be used include, how would you describe a bath? How would bath time be different without toys? And many more. Throughout this lesson, you can use individualized instruction just by sitting one-on-one with a student and just doing it individually with them. After the reading, having a graphic organizer can help the students categorize different causes and effects in the story. You can also have the students answer the focus question in their own words to their best ability. I have found researching reading with a disability. Although I have not taken a placement with this class, I am currently in a placement and have some students with special needs in my class. I have noticed a few statements and research that apply to these students. Learning disabilities and reading disabilities are some of the most commonly diagnosed exceptionalities for students with exceptional needs. I have noticed that the kids with special needs really struggle with reading and putting letters together. They do not understand many words and how these words put together a sentence. If more time is spent on real-world applications of content, then students will be more successful in life. I think this is particularly true for students with special needs to know how to do real-world applications because they may struggle to know how to do important life skill tasks. Reflecting on this course, I have learned many new important things. I have learned terms, definitions, strategies to teaching, and useful skills. However, I learned how to teach special needs students to the best of my abilities using individualized practice and accommodating to these students' needs, which is the most important thing to me. I look forward to learning much more about the special education world and how I can help these students.